Hey everybody, welcome back to Northern Lion Plays a Binding Glass Gat. We're going for win 10. We've had some in 10s wins so far that have been very easy, and we start with... That's Tech 2. Yeah, it's Tech 2. YKML, MBYS. We start with Satanic Bible in Tech 2, so I expect our damage to be kind of not amazing, but as with... I think it was like 3 runs ago. We also have Petrified Poop, which is a pretty good trinket to start with. But a few runs ago, we had to compromise and take Tech 2 just to create a winnable run out of... Wow, that was good. Out of kind of an uncomfortable situation. So, crawl space, regular chest here. What I'm getting at is that I think Tech 2... There was a time when I really liked this item. Before I knew the deleterious damage consequences of its existence. Now, I'm fairly negative Tech 2, but not so negative as to just, like, not accept what it can do for us. It's not necessarily all bad, especially if we just get so much damage we don't know what to do with to begin with. So I figured, you know, normally this might be kind of a tough decision here, but considering that we can get a bomb and a stone chest, and then shoot all these poops with Petrified Poop and probably get a little bit more money out of it as well, I figured this was a decent cost here. So we ended up getting a decent amount of money, good key setup, and we only spent 1 bomb in doing so. So all things considered, I think this actually worked out really well for us. If I had to bet, I would say that we will probably have a pretty good chance to get 15 cents on this floor. Don't really want Rosary Bead just yet. Yeah, I would say almost guaranteed 15 cents. Now we are at 15 cents, so that seems like a safer bet than it's ever been before. If you want to give me some lucky pennies, I am not going to dispute that. What do we need to make this run work? Obviously, with something like Tech 2, damage is important, or really, like, catastrophically good tier effect. Mom's Contact, for example, works really well with this to keep enemies frozen in place. Just buy us a little bit more time. I think you go all in here. See if we can get a Joker card on the first floor. We're going to be 1 cent short of being able to buy the red card, but probably irrelevant considering how much floor is left over. And the fact that we haven't been to the secret room yet at all, which is probably here. And inside of the secret room, we get golden bombs. Solid. Makes this boss fight easy, at least. Okay, now we can gain access into the shop this way and just pick up this card. It's not the Joker, though. It's 2 of diamonds, but still pretty good. Now the question more so becomes, do you really want to use golden bombs to blow up your donation machine to give you a leg up financially on the competition here? And I think the answer is no, just because I'm a beta bitch, and I respect my donation machine too much to just, you know, blow it away for no reason here. We did take some dumb damage, but it was for a good cause. What was the good cause? I don't know. Let's just say it's entertainment. HP's running away with it right now. And wow, Strange Attractor technology too. It's probably like one of the few situations in which I'm relatively happy to have Strange Attractor. Not thrilled, but at least relatively happy. This is an item that is very close to being on that short list of items that I just will not take, but I will continue to take it for now. Yeah, we gotta find our second secret room, and in doing so we found a fortune teller. The fortune teller gave us extra bombs, at least, which is good. I can't believe we're not going to be able to get an arcade for the next floor, but all things considered, relatively minor. Alright. Little Horn. The idea with Little Horn here is, if we can land some of our own bombs, we should be able to finish this pretty quickly, although I'm not sure if the troll bombs do more damage, or if I'm just glorifying them because I don't have to, you know, hassle myself with actually landing them. Fire rate up is okay. We'll head down to the next floor, and all things considered, I can't be too bummed out about this, considering we got a lot of HP, a really, like, honestly, A tier, if not S tier spacebar item, and, certainly enough consumables to make this floor work, but I can see how this floor goes wrong. Curse of the Unknown plus no red hearts equals, you know, we take a deal with the devil that's probably a little bit too aggressive for us to desire actually taking, but I want the precedent, and I want, you know, whatever we can get out of that deal with the devil to begin with, item-wise, and all of a sudden, find ourselves in a bit of a tricky position, perhaps as a result of being overly aggressive there, but we'll probably be fine. Do tiers upgrades matter with technology too? I mean, I feel like they should. Maybe I'm, you know, being a little wishful thinking here, Jeff Tweedy style. Open Jeff Tweedy style. Hey! Front man from Wilco. Oh, okay, we're not gonna fall. Hey, you know where that logically ends? Is Grape Lady Falls. Oh. Okay. What do you do here? Well, this room should be relatively easy, although you're seeing that it's taking me longer than I'd like to kill these, you know, dips, basically, or like the weakest enemies in the on this level, which are not actually dips. Hey, Gamer Nikki, thanks for the subscription. I really need to close this tab while I stream. Not that I'm complaining, or sorry, while I record. Not that I'm complaining, don't get me wrong, but it's getting to the point where the joke's been played out, unfortunately. Or fortunately, you know, from a tax standpoint. Well, let's go for this. We can go somewhat deep into this one. Pay out right now, please. Ooh, we did it, boys. Okay. You gotta go for Pentagram. If we get a Spirit Heart, I will take Contract from Below. We didn't, so I'm not going to. I think we could survive taking it, but considering I gave 2 Spirit Hearts... No. 1.5 Spirit Hearts to the Demon Beggar? I didn't really want to chance it. It just seemed like a little too dicey to guarantee. But I'm happy to have Pentagram. Like, obviously damage is super important for us with Tech 2 here. Man, that's a great voice sample. We'll take Bomber Boy as well. I can't believe that with Petrified Poop we've managed to get 0 money on this floor, but life goes on, I suppose. Here we go. Of course, now that I've said it, game chooses to make a liar out of me. Do you go to the shop? We're just not going to have enough money to, in all likelihood, make the shop worthwhile, but we may still want to give it a try. I don't know. I'm going to take a... I can't believe that's not the secret room. I'm going to take a bit of a Hail Mary here. 3 bombs for no purpose. That could be a secret room as well, but in all likelihood, it's probably right here. Okay, fine. I had to think about it just because, like, bombs are somewhat valuable right now, but I will spend a bomb to take the Necronomicon out of the pool. I'm not happy about it necessarily, but I will spend a bomb to do so. So, again, all things considered, a relatively good floor. HP, part of the spun transformation that also makes us faster. Shot speed is fairly irrelevant. A good damage upgrade that also gives us a better deal with the devil chance in the future. And a bomb synergy that sometimes will probably lead to us getting hurt, but can also lead to us getting kind of ridiculously good damage against enemies that we're lucky enough to use bombs on, or, you know, who knows if maybe Bob's brain shows up or something like that. I think we're well on our way to a pretty easy win here. And in hindsight, we probably should have taken Contract from Below. You know, I love Contract from Below. It's not that I don't like that item. It doubles your item payouts after the first room on the chest, which is really strong if you have a great luck upgrade. Or a great luck stat, I should say. But better safe than sorry. Curse of the Unknown is, you know, don't be mad at me. Be mad at Curse of the Unknown, man. Oh my god, you are actually a not smart man. This is, starting to make me regret the pickup that is obviously bad, which was Strange Attractor, but I have a pet project with, like, so many of these items. You know, it's like watching a movie where someone, they work with, like, disadvantaged youth, and then some, like, very callous person, perhaps wearing, like, a 10-gallon hat, comes out and is like, why are you wasting your time with those kids? They don't care about you. They ain't ever gonna be worth anything. You know, it's like a Remember the Titans sort of situation, and I'm Denzel Washington here going, you don't understand, okay? One day, Strange Attractor is gonna be good. I don't know if I'm gonna be the dude who does it, but I believe that Strange Attractor can be good one day. Wow, great shot. We just need to find the right circumstances in which to make that vision a reality. Much like Robert Downey Jr. did in the Avengers 2: The Age of Ultron. Taking a lot of really, really bad damage on this floor. Now, we're lucky, you know, we got some battery charges, or we got a battery charge, which has nullified some of the dumb damage we've taken, but not all of it. This will be a really, really good floor for us to pick up a spacebar improvement item. For example, A trinket like AAA battery, 9-volt Nun's Habit as items from the shop pool. Thing is, like, different enemies are affected differently by Strange Attractor. Like, these guys very barely are affected by it. Very barely? Don't know if that has an expression. Wow, makes any sense at all. That one was my bad, but it was a genius plan that I ruined by being an idiot. Dark Bum would also be lovely here if we could make it happen, but enemies that have, like, no mass are just rattled. Like, they're thrown to the other side of the world here. It's like the third Pirates of the Caribbean film. But enemies like Chubb, we got a good setup here. Probably the worst dodge I've ever made and gotten away with, at least in recent memory. Just keep backing him up here and, you know, generating a very, very slight financial improvement every time we're lucky enough to have an individual tier land. Okay, get closer to spawn via synth oil, which is awesome. And then start to roll the dice a little bit on this succubus play. This is like, it's not my New Year's resolution, because I don't do New Year's resolutions, okay? Well, that's not totally true, but I don't do it to feel superior. But some people, like, they're like, I don't do New Year's resolutions, because if something's worth doing, then, you know, it's worth doing in December, not just in January. I should start now. And that's true, you know, if you have the spark of self-improvement. What is it that Michael A.L. Fox says? You know, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is right now. What that means is that, you know, sure, it would have been awesome if you have a goal you want to accomplish. It would have been awesome if you'd started it ages ago and we're already at the destination. But in reality, you know, you can't do that. So what you should do is plan for the future and, you know, get it done now. Well, little Chubb is okay. Not the best familiar in the game, contrary to popular belief, but okay. I think I am gonna... okay. For 7 cents and a bomb that's really gonna be good for our donation machine because Bomber Boy hits multiple times, we're gonna blank card, but not save it. I mean, maybe we should save it, but we're gonna, like, blank card 2 of diamonds and then 2 of diamonds. That takes us to 96 cents. Then we're gonna grab this, grab the Spirit Heart, use the moon card and get out of here. That was basically just to save my own skin, but... So, I mean, there is something to be said about the fact that it's... The best time to start accomplishing your goals is right now. However, unless, like, your goal is to be person who gets the most weight loss between January and February, in which case maybe starting now would be counterintuitive, but you get the idea, okay? Don't try to loophole your way out of this one. However, I find that, like, at least on the internet, so many people who are like, I don't do New Year's resolutions, because if something's worth doing, it's worth doing right now. You're like, oh yeah, so what are you doing right now? Are you, like, becoming Mr. Universe? Are you, you know, taking Spanish language classes? Well, no, I just, you know, like, if I wanted to, though, I should be, like, doing it. Well, the whole point here is that I was judging other people. You're not supposed to use this as an opportunity to... What I'm getting at is, you know, like, when people want to improve their lives, it's very easy to feel superior by being like, I don't go to the gym in January, I go to the gym in March. But try to refrain from that, you know? It just makes you look like a smarmy, like, edgelord. And I've been there myself. I've definitely done that when I was younger, but I don't do it. I don't give you advice on this to say, like, that makes you a bad person for doing it. I do it so you can save yourself from the foibles that I fell into as I got older, you know? If you could fast track your development into a relatively nice individual, it would be good for you, and even if it's not as good for you as you think it is, it's good for society, I think. And that's selfless and that's valuable, in my opinion. How is this run going right now? This dude is freaking out. Honestly, the synth oil pickup has kind of rejuvenated my... And succubus, to be fair. Kind of rejuvenated my desire on this run. It's gotten a little bit better. We need to kill things quickly. That's a prerequisite. Not just because we have Tech 2, which is a damage downgrade, so damage is always important. But because we have Strange Attractors, so we're pulling enemies towards us constantly. And that's a really bad situation if you want to not get hit, especially when your HP is somewhat limited, like ours is right now. So, rather than getting a lot of HP, which is also... I mean, let's be honest, we don't have a choice in the matter if the HP just starts showing up. But rather than focus on getting HP, I'd rather get damage and just kill enemies before they get to us. Or freeze them in place and then murder them. But yeah, I I don't really do New Year's resolutions, but I do new run resolutions. Like on this run, I do new floor resolutions. Like I've desired to play better. After that second floor and the third floor in which we kind of bricked it a little bit, I desire to play a little bit better. We got to be more on our toes because Strange Attractor makes enemies behave. That was really bad. In an unpredictable fashion. I'll just be honest with you about that. We should be adept at dealing with that situation at this point in our Isaac career, but obviously, based on the fact that I've taken 3 hits since saying that, we really aren't. So, it is what it is. Thankfully, we have a lot of money. So, we'll buy the worst Satanic Bible charge of all time, but also get a chance to get out of Boss Rush in the future. But I'm not going to focus on Boss Rush, because to be honest with you, we haven't earned it. We need to earn ourselves a better chance at Boss Rush by not playing so badly. So what's my dream here? HP from the boss, and I'll take it in any form. It could be Spirit Hearts, could be Red Hearts. I'll take what I can get. And then, well, this is like a dream boss fight, admittedly. Then, give us Krampus, Lump of Coal. I know it gives you +2 damage. Well, this is actually really good. Old bandage here. I know it gives you +2 damage with Brimstone. I know it gives you +2 damage with Technology. Does it give you, like, +1.333 damage with, Technology 2 because of the debuff? Repeating, of course. I'm gonna just hope yes, honestly. Like, that's debuff damage, but it's still extra damage nonetheless, which we could really use. Alternatively, you know, it would be awesome to get the virus and be able to get spun. Also possibly generate some demon hearts in the process there, but I think we're ahead of the curve. I mean, I know we're ahead of the curve. Not to sound cocky, but we played enough Isaac where I can look at this run and be like, yeah, this is, DPS-wise, this is okay. And I mean, you can just look at the items that we've gotten and notice that they're relatively high caliber. None of them are necessarily like 11 out of 10. But, in aggregate especially, wow. Wow, oh, they finally got me on a technicality. Blew up a skull into me. Now coming to you. I don't know why all the Dave Matthews Band references. I'm not even really a big fan of the Dave Matthews Band song. I mean, sure, on Bear Share, I might have downloaded my fair share of busted stuff, but that was a long time ago. And hopefully the statute of limitations has expired. Hello, my Tomo friend. How are you on this fine Monday afternoon? He chose not to answer me, and that is his right as a sovereign citizen of the realm. Can't lie and say I'm not a little disappointed, though. Succubus, you've done your part. That's the ticket right there. I was like, Bomber Boy will be able to finish the rest of this off for us, more or less. Just a little slow for Boss Rush, but I have high hopes. Moon beats the Fool card. And I mean, I recognize I'm using a lot of bombs right here, but the idea is that, oh my god. The idea is that it could work out for us. Miter's fantastic. Keybagger is going to get blown up and give us Magic Mushroom. No such luck, but 2 bombs out of it is pretty good. The Miter is a killer pickup, though. That's actually like a... That might be an 11 out of 10. Did we get... No, we didn't get a deal with the devil on the last floor, so we're fairly likely to get one on this floor. And to be honest with you, now that we have a red heart, we can afford it. Especially knowing we have another red heart coming, like, pretty much immediately after. We do have a shop with 99 cents, and if it's greed, it's greed. Life goes on, you know? I'll take a Steam sale. I'd hope that it is not, but... Starting to see the pieces of this run come together. Could be a luck upgrade. One of these days it is, and that's going to vindicate like 100 pennies that are not. It is a greed pickup. Or greed fight, I should say. He just got stuck in place. Again, you pick it up for the luck upgrade possibility. One of these days, man. One of these days. Either way, you're starting to see the pieces of a win come together here. You know, no deal with the devil on the last floor, but we still got stronger. Then this floor, good deal with the devil chance, good HP. This is where we pick up DPS, and then all of a sudden, Bob's your uncle. Ah, you could have saved me there. All of a sudden, Bob's your uncle, and you're in a good spot. Although, to be honest with you, Succubus can do a lot of work for us to begin with. I don't know. There are better trinkets from there. That one, just bad dodging. Just want to get this... Again, bad dodging. Just want to get this guy taken care of, and then, like, a single bomb is going to do so much work against The Mask, starring Jim Carrey. There we go. PJs for the HP bonus, and what did I tell you? So... Brimstone Technology 2 gives it a cool little visual effect, I think. Oh, it also gave us Leviathan, so... It doesn't give us a cool visual effect. We're taking all of this, though, because, like, are you kidding me? Rodden, Baby, Maw of the Void, Brimstone? Not taking all of those deals is like, you're not being honest with yourself. Red chest? One golden chest. I'm gonna try to make Boss Rush happen. I think it could be doable. Keep in mind, Maw of the Void is just a nice, like, damage bonus at the worst of times, but also the extra defense meant that we were enabled, basically, to take Rodden Baby and the other deals because, you know, it's a lot easier for us to generate Demon Hearts than you'd expect. Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. Okay, they did not make me do it. And it, in this case, being, like, a full reroll of the run. Instead, we get a beautiful, like, 5 Demon Hearts. We have, I would say, less than... a minute, maybe less than 50 seconds to make it into our boss fight, so we're gonna definitely amp up the speed. We're gonna pump the jam, pump it up while our feet are stumping. We're gonna do a lot of all that good stuff here. I will check the curse room, though, because, you know, the guppy chance, you gotta give it a try, especially when it's so fast and easy. I would welcome some invincibility, you know, Celtic Cross, for example. We're making great time. I just don't know if it's quite going to be fast enough, but it wouldn't surprise me either. It won't surprise me if we just miss it, and it won't surprise me if we make it either. Yeah, I think we will make it to Boss Rush and then get out. Okay, this has actually been a lovely little circumstance here. Maybe I shouldn't have been so cocky. We might not make it to Boss Rush. Blue Mom's a little tankier. We're like less than halfway through here. Stand in Succubus whenever possible. Maybe even like burn off some Demon Hearts if you can. It worked! We burned the Demon Heart. He's a genius for the first time ever. Shears, Sissy Longlegs, Iron Bar, and Concussive Tears that are not anything for us at all here. Iron Bar does give you a plus 0.3 damage upgrade, but I think you gotta go Sissy Longlegs for the oh, isn't that cute factor. But Iron Bar is a close second, I think. So what are we doing now? Well, I mean, it wouldn't kick the shop and the item room out of bed for eating crackers as long as we're talking about nonsensical, you know, metaphors here. I would kick Robo Baby out of bed for eating crackers. I'd be like, first off, don't eat crackers in bed. It means I'm gonna have to buy like a little handheld vacuum the sheets. The sheets are gonna get sucked into the vacuum, and then I gotta like go get them out, and it's gonna be a whole thing, right? Then the second thing is, well, you're a robot. Why are you even eating crackers? Do you even have a concept of what taste is? Like, Emperor? Strength? Still good. It's just like, it seems like a waste of not only my time, but also my crackers. Stop doing that. Either way. Great run. It's really popped off recently. And, well, it's been good for a while, but we definitely have the ability to donate here in a fashion that keeps us moving forward. So let's do that. Will we fight Hush? I don't know. We fought Hush a lot recently, and I feel good about doing so because they've been good runs. But, oh, the 2 luck upgrades. I knew we'd be vindicated. Well, I mean, yeah, exactly. They've been good runs. I would love some mapping as well, but honestly, I'm eager to knock this one out as well and get moving on to the next one. Looks like we'll be able to hit 10 pretty easly and, you know, keep ourselves feeling pretty positive for the impending Afterbirth Plus release. The impending Afterbirth Plus release where I, you know, become exclusively a Lua programmer live on twitch.tv and in pre-recorded gameplay for youtube.com. I forgot the website that YouTube is on momentarily there. Big room with nowhere to go. Why am I not getting the chest? Alright, look, motherfucker. I was gonna say, do you think Steven Seagal shows his work when he does a math test? What I meant to say is, do you think Stephen Hawking, ooh, there we go, shows his work when he does a math test? Still kind of a nonsensical analogy, to be honest with you, because I doubt, you know, he's the one issuing the tests, I suppose, at this day and age. But if he did, you're really gonna be like, excuse me, Mr. Hawking, can you show your work for, you know, how you derived Planck constants here? Nah, dog. He's the one who makes the work. Then you show the work. What I'm getting at is that this run is very strong. And as a result, I feel less desire to do the little things right, which is probably a bad thing to set an example of, but it's okay. I mean, look at that. We played like shit, and we're still being rewarded. We're not quite fast enough, weirdly enough, to get out of the way of that tractor beam. Maybe it was like a little tractor beam plus a little strange attractor. You know, it happens from time to time. One thing's for sure, we definitely should have taken contract from below. But do you think Steven Seagal shows his work on a karate test? Steven Seagal probably has to do his karate test sitting down these days, right? Strikes me as a man who kept up with the philosophy, but not necessarily. I mean, I'm not saying he couldn't beat the shit out of me, but I'm saying, like, maybe, like, if you put me in a fight against Steven Seagal, or you put me in a fight against, you know, like Jackie Chan, I would rather fight Steven Seagal. It's possible he's got some amazing, you know, Buddhist judo chokes that'll knock me out of the game, but Jackie Chan is gonna style on my ass. There's no question about it. I don't think there is a golden era action star I would rather fight in his present form than Steven Seagal. And that's not me just making fun of him. But I mean, I try to avoid judging people until I've actually met them. But to some extent, I also do believe where there's smoke, there's fire, and there's a lot of stories of Steven Seagal not necessarily sounding like the nicest dude on planet Earth. I hesitate to even say that because, you know, people can be... You can't believe everything you read on the internet, I guess is what I'm trying to say here. But at the same time, if, like, 100 people are calling you a dick, you might be a dick, right? And it's not 100 people. If, like, 10,000 people are calling you a dick, you, like, definitely might be a dick. Except when you guys call me a dick. Then that's a character. It's a performance art. It's Andy Kaufman-esque, okay? It's Andy Kaufman-esque. It's Andre Ampere-esque. This magical, mystical, wonderful law of Maxwell's equations. It is the longest and strangest of all. No tinted rock? Alright, let's do this. This floor took longer than expected. Well, it wouldn't be the Womb 1 if Conquest wasn't your boss, so we'll do that. And we definitely do not want to take what Conquest is selling. Come down here to Utero 2. I found my shoe on Utero 2. Doesn't work at all, really. Pill was one makes you larger. What's our other one? It's strength card. I don't know what I'm waiting on there when it comes to that, but we'll hold on to it at the present moment, regardless of this fact. Dude, fuck these enemies. First mod I make in Afterbirth Plus, these suckers are getting fucking toasted, buddy. They're not actually getting toasted. I will probably just not change them at all. But I wish someone would do it for me. Anybody? Bueller? Do you like to do it yourself? Sometimes when the mood strikes me. Help. Okay, we're still good, we're still good. Okay, so I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that as good as this run is, as rich as we are, did I say I'm the slickest there is? Despite the fact that we have a lot of money, a lot of keys, and good damage, I'm not gonna fight Hush just because I think the nature of our damage is not conducive to killing Hush in an economic fashion. I.e., it's gonna take way too long to be worth it for the little, you know, the pittance that we're gonna get. But it's the thought that counts, right? So I'll take all the credit for fighting Hush despite not actually going through with it, if you don't mind. you know you're in a good state where you can't even pick up black hearts. Usually you can pick up an extra black heart or two just because, you know, you've got spirit hearts. Nah, we've got the strictly better. Well, check it out. Oh, you can't. That's something in the logic of the game I've never picked up on before. If you have if you have spirit hearts and you want to pick up a black heart, the game's like, yeah, go for it. If you have black hearts and you want to pick up a spirit heart, the game is like, are you out of your mind? You can't do it. So even the game knows that, you know, demon hearts are strictly better. Which is fair. I mean, I can't think of a situation in which spirit hearts would be better than demon hearts in any logical fashion. So this is kind of an important room for us. I mean, I think we're going to be fine either way. But I would really like to amp up our damage a little bit before the end. Says the guy who has, you know, Brimstone, Maw of the Void, etc., etc. Succubus. But honestly, like, our damage does... We're being hindered more than I might have expected by the fact that we have technology too. So, sure, I'll come here and I'll pick up black powder, even though that doesn't really solve my problem. And we'll just head upwards here. I'm relatively unconcerned, but... You know... Shit happens, dude. Maw of the Void on enemies that have, like, a pseudo AoE attack, like this beam. Extremely annoying. So what's my plan for the strength card at the present moment? I think we just use that to style on... I think we use that to style on Isaac as easily as possible. Go down to the chest and... You know, hope that as a result of that, our lives are easier, but if this is what we're stuck with for the rest of the run, you know, there are worse fates. This is a pretty freaking solid situation right now. I don't know if flying enemies are actually affected by black powder, but I like this setup enough to try. Keep cracking into these. Oh, this is perfect timing. We should be able to get around here and get a nice black powder setup before he even knows what hit him. Okay, great start. Tell you what, forget about this Maw of the Void bullshit and just start firing your brimstone shots in there, because you are acting like an idiot right now. Luckily, there's a nice black powder circle that he spawned exactly outside of. Got to be slightly careful with your shots here because... Oh, I really thought we completed the circle there. Got to be slightly careful with your shots here because Strange Attractor is pulling them in. It might seem like I'm actually terrible at this game, and to some extent, I think that there's merit to that opinion, but at the same time, I am being screwed a little bit, I have to say, by this early Strange Attractor pickup that has just never made dodging easy, but we're on the chest in the home stretch here, and we got just an amazing selection of items here. Are you telling me I get both Able and Blue Baby's only friend? I'm not really complaining, I'm just being a smartass. There we go. Marked, actually, should raise our rate of fire, I think, fairly markedly at this point of the game, so I'm into that. No speed downgrade, please. Balls of Steel. Beautiful play. Okay. So marked, I actually think, if you have a beam, marked is, like, the right pickup, more often than not. And it takes a lot of, you know, inner strength for me to say that, because this is an item that I've really gone off on in the past as being garbage. And you know what? Strange Attractor, same thing. If we place a bomb and then Strange Attractor, or, you know, fire our shots sort of near it, we sort of create a trap for these enemies to get sucked in that has actually worked out relatively well so far. I don't really care about Mr. Boom. You play me like a fool, 'cause that ain't cool. Something going on, can you, Mr. Boom? You may know that as the song Mr. Boom to the tune of Smell Yo Dick, the internet classic. Oh, this is it. This is syringe time. That's what I say when I take my insulin as well. Don't take that as a joke at the expense of diabetics. I'm not diabetic, but it was a joke made with your interests in mind. Ah, dang it. Are you a wizard? Not that bad. We're safe. No, we're not. Dude! Okay, the actual first mod I'm going to make in Afterbirth Plus, Bomber Boy is going to show its explosions in a radius as opposed to with a cross-section. Because it's fucking bullshit that you can be standing in in a place where there's no explosion and still take damage. I get that you want it to be an explosion in a radius instead of an like 10 explosions that happen like vertically and horizontally. You don't understand. There's Spun. You don't understand that the visual feedback runs counter to what's actually happening. Oh, we got another item. Alright, well the Spun pickup is great. This has not been my finest run, but to be honest with you, you can handle my finest run. My finest run would put you in the ground. Sack Dagger's also good. Bob's Rotten Head is not, but we might end up using it for the boss fight, depending on how soon it shows up. Or depending on how our charge looks from Satanic Bible to begin with. Like, that felt pretty solid. And honestly, after like a pretty terrible start to this chest, it got really, really good. Like, we are now absolutely set in terms of like items and item quality. Let's just come in here and style on this guy to finish this off here, because we are done. Thanks for watching. This is going to be win 10, and it was pretty set from a relatively early point, maybe even the very beginning, if you want to argue about, you know, a deterministic universe. Okay, Ethan Hawke. But for now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.